Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to this new episode of HumanityWins.net. This is episode 237 from August the 16th of the year 2023. Today's a Wednesday. And today's episode is about Always a Culprit. I use this title basically by implying that in everything that happens in our lives, in everything, that any situation that we feel goes beyond what we can handle and that, there always has to be someone to blame, okay? I'm not saying this as something bad or implying we're bad people by, putting blame in the out there, but putting blame in someone else. I'm gonna try to be as respectful as possible on this episode as I tried many times to try to explain what I'm trying to say here. But this is all implanted, okay? This goes back to our mind, which I've said many times, that is poison beyond repair. That I really made my peace with the fact we're never gonna get our mind right in this reality, okay? This mind has been modified to fit this agenda that, first of all, we're victims. I disagree. And thus the episodes on the victim mentality and these episodes that we're not to blame. We are really just third party participants on this and affected, and really you shouldn't look at me. We should look at something else. And I disagree, because we're so strong, we're so powerful, we have everything that we need to fix any situation on this existence, that we have been implanted in our brains to punt this responsibility, to move it away and say, well, first of all, I'm a victim, and then there's a culprit, okay? So as the image on the screen is showing, that this person is kind of surprised, saying, me? Everyone is pointing the finger, and the person is saying, like, me? Really, me? I'm the culprit? I'm the bad guy? Well, I'm not gonna say you are not the bad guy, or yes, because that will really, I don't know anything about the situation in particular, but what I'm trying to say here is that the victim, savior, culprit vicious cycle is a self-feeding cycle that if you pull away from that, you stop being a victim, you stop looking for culprits, and you stop looking for saviors, you see, because they kind of feed off each other, okay? So I'm a victim, so there's someone to blame, first of all. And then I'm a victim, so I'm unable to fix myself, I'm unable to help myself, so there has to be a savior. Which, by definition, if I'm a victim, has to be someone superior, a superior being or something like that. Which, of course, the saving is going to come with some strings attached. All of that cycle doesn't serve you at all, okay? And what I'm trying to suggest here is that we try to break from it, that we try to stop blaming anything out there. I'm not saying a particular person, but it could be a government, it could be the evildoers, it could be whatever you want to tell me. But at the end, we're here and we're not victims, and we can save ourselves by particularly recognizing the fact that whatever has happened in our lives, we have a say on it, and we can do better, okay? Because again, you could be a victim if you victimize yourself, for sure. And you could actually, play that part and say, it's not my fault. It's just, for example, I'm someone in Africa, didn't have any opportunities. My country is in turmoil, is in war. So how could I possibly do better? The culprit is the out there, is my country, my government. Some blame their families. I find that, very surprising in a way. Some blame their friends. But it's funny that the culprit is never ourselves, okay? That takes a lot of maturity, I think. And I'm not saying you should blame yourself. That should never happen. I'm saying you should just take some responsibility of understanding that we really have a solution in our hands, and that's looking into us, the power we have. And then you're free. You're free from being a victim. You're free from looking for a culprit. And you're certainly free from looking for a savior, because you don't need to be saved. Okay? If you're never a victim, you don't need saving. Does that make sense? You're never a victim. I'm going to say it again, because this is This is something else. If you're never a victim, you don't need saving. Okay. So let's watch a very short video that I found on YouTube about the concept of blaming others and all that. And then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this very short Wednesday episode on the concept of always a culprit, of always trying to find a culprit on everything. Let's watch it together.
In the challenge for survival in society, a human may use blame shifting, which is defined as the act of attributing a personal failure to another human or event. Camouflaging as an innocuous behaviour, blame shifting is usually pandemic over a large area of the planet and plays an influential role in shaping the ecosystem of human relationships, sometimes even causing chain reactions leading to the eruption of disasters. Blame shifting is easy to spot. It tends to hop back and forth over several entities. One prominent sign to look for is finger pointing. And you tend to find it alongside certain personality traits. Pessimists and narcissists are more likely than others to ditch responsibility for their mistakes. Side note, it is important to acknowledge a highly perilous subspecies of blame shifting called victim blaming, which we'll cover in a future chapter. Blame shifting can easily thrive in a closed, small environment, but due to its highly contagious nature, it can spread in large organizations as well. Researchers have found that when people are exposed to blame shifting by a politician, they're more likely to copy the behavior themselves. In one study, participants were split into two groups and read a news clip about a failure of former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. In one group's clip, the governor took full ownership of the failure, though in the other group, the governor blamed special interest advocates for his failure. Later, when participants wrote about an unrelated personal failure, the group exposed to blame shifting were twice as likely than the other group to blame someone else for their own mistakes. Researchers called it blame contagion. When the spread of blame shifting is not controlled, it becomes embedded in the culture of a group and leads to lower creativity, reduction in innovation, and bad performance. It can even cause great consequences. The Columbia Space Shuttle disaster in 2003, for example, is linked to an outbreak of excuse-making and finger-pointing in NASA's culture over a period of time. Now, people shift blame to protect their self-image, but it backfires. Serial blame shifters are often perceived negatively. For example, research shows leaders and managers who ditch responsibility for their mistakes are ultimately perceived as powerless. But you can be better. With careful actions, you can reduce the prevalence of blame shifting. The solution? Take responsibility when you should. While it might hurt at first, ultimately it will help everyone problem solve, cooperate, and develop mutual respect. When it's not your responsibility, prevent contagion by being more intentional about what you say publicly and privately. The human ecosystem can be a dangerous environment to navigate, overpopulated with bad behaviours. So please endeavour to take necessary precautions and make sure you have the right equipment with you. Mainly thoughtfulness, intelligence, and knowledge. Until next time.
Yes, that was short, but that was an excellent mainstream video on blame shifting, on finding a culprit. It's the same thing as blaming. And I agree completely. Just whatever happens with our lives is our responsibility, okay? I think the easy way out will be saying, yeah, well, I'm here in this difficult reality and, and I don't know what's going on. And, well, we had whatever age you are right now, of course, if you're watching this, you're probably an adult. You have a lot to do with whatever you have, whatever your life is at this point. You have a lot to say on it, okay? And I say, yes, have people been put in an easier situation? Yes. For example, Prince Harry, I mention him a lot because he's a blame shifter. He is someone that puts always saying, I'm a victim. It's something else. People don't like me. My mother died. Or whatever. And he has been put in a position to thrive. But he has elected to be a victim. He has elected to be a blame shifter. Okay. And there's people that, they don't have any opportunity at all. That really is something surprising where they reach. And I'm not talking about, financially and that. That's just a part of success. Very small part. I'm talking people that really have thrived, really wonderful, great human beings, that they serve humanity, that they were in no position to thrive. But they didn't start blaming others. They took responsibility and said, whatever my situation is, I'm in Africa, I'm a child soldier, I don't have any opportunities to go to school, I'm gonna find a way to thrive. And they can, and you can. So if you stop being a victim, if you stop blaming the out there, others, a particular person or the system or whatever, and you say, I'm gonna liberate myself from that and I'm gonna find a way to take responsibility and be better, you are gonna be much better. You're gonna be at peace, and you're gonna find that blaming whatever situation you have been presented with, you need to transmute it to a good thing, because you can transmute negativity to positivity. You have this ability, and you are just going to be finding that you're in the right way of understanding your maturing process, that we should never be victims, no matter what happens to us, no matter what situations we have been, no matter how bad someone has been to us. We have that power to transmute this and stop blaming others and take some responsibility and be much better. So I hope this makes sense. This was a very short episode, I know it, but on these documentaries type episodes, I'm trying to get to the point quicker, and you know, there wasn't so much to say on this one because it's so simple. The solution: stop blaming the out there, stop blaming others, take some responsibility. You are not a victim, no matter what situation has happened to you. You are not a victim if you don't victimize yourself. I hope it makes sense. And if everything is okay, I shall see you back on Friday. Thank you. Have a great Wednesday with family and friends. Enjoy it as much as you can. Be at peace. Never be a victim. Never blame others. Always take responsibility. I hope it makes sense. Thank you. Thank you. By watching me, you honor me. I appreciate that. Thank you, new subscribers. And if everything is okay, please stay for the last 2.5 minutes of the show. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.